In today's video, we're going to be giving Bronny James LeBron's NBA career, meaning that he'll be starting it off in Cleveland, then heading to Miami, then back to Cleveland, and eventually heading to Los Angeles. As of right now in real life, it doesn't look like Bronny James is going to be a generational player like his dad. Obviously, there's still time for that to happen, but in order for Bronny to become a superstar in this video, I made sure he has all the tools he needs to succeed, with 99 potential. With all that out of the way, let's get into the simulation. The season is wrapped and Bronny didn't win Rookie of the Year, which isn't a huge surprise. I mean, it's gonna take some time for Bronny's game to develop, and as a result, our team was trash. We won 26 games on this season. Bronny averaged about 11 points per game and added on about 7 assists per night. Not bad at all for his rookie year. I was hoping we'd land the #1 overall pick this year since we were so bad, and maybe we could get Bronny some more help. Unfortunately, we fell all the way to 7 in the draft, where we ended up selecting Luol Deng. Not a bad pickup at all though. Going into season 2, Bronny James is an 80 overall. I'm expecting to see some pretty big improvements from him this year. Season number 2 was pretty uneventful in Cleveland. We ended up only winning 30 games, but Bronny did get quite a bit better, averaging about 13 points to go with 5 rebounds and 7 assists. And this year we ended up adding Travis Mayer into the mix through the draft. I think he's just some auto-generated dude, but now Bronny James is the best player in Cleveland. At an 85 overall, I expect him to do some big stuff in this upcoming year. Season number 3 was absolutely great for Bronny James. He ended up averaging 19 points, adding on 7 rebounds and 10 assists. And not only that, but we had a great season as a team. Bronny was all NBA this year. It was an elite season for him. 48 and 34 on the year. We're back in the NBA playoffs. Round number 1, we're going to be taking on the Indiana Pacers, and it looks like we'll get through them really easily. Now, we've got the Toronto Raptors in round 2. The Raptors have VC and Bosh, so we gotta worry about them, but we'll see just how good Bronny is. If he can lead us through this team, that'd be huge. Game number 1 of the series is gonna go to us. We're also gonna take game 2. Game 3 goes to Toronto. Game 4 also goes to Toronto, so we're all tied up, headed into game 5. We've got a 2-point game here, under 2 minutes to go, and we've got the ball. Bronny James has it right now. James gonna swing it down to Big Z. Ilgauskas gonna post fade and miss it. Vince Carter gonna pull the mid-range, and VC's gonna knock it down. That's a wide open shot. We gotta play better defense there. Bronny gets the screen from Big Z. Beautiful dime. Nice pick and roll between Bronny and Ilgauskas. Vince Carter brings it up, gets the screen from the big man. VC in the mid-range, fading, and he's gonna miss. There we go. We needed that stop. Simmons down to Jeffries, who's wide open, and now this game is all tied up. Way to turn defense into offense. Williams bringing up the ball here. He's gonna get the screen from Olowokandi. Williams down to Washington, and Washington smokes the layup. We've got a chance to take the lead here. Bronny James gonna pull the midi and hit it. Big shot from Bronny James. We just went on a quick 6-0 run. A stop here would be absolutely huge. It's gonna go into Jay Williams. Williams swings it over to a wide open Mo Pete, and Mo Pete knocks it down. That's a big shot right there. You can't afford to leave a good shooter open like that, especially in the clutch. Now we're down by 1 point. We're gonna need a clutch bucket out of Bronny or somebody else. It's gonna go into Ricky Davis. Davis working his way to the basket on VC, and he's gonna get to the foul line. That's huge. We need both of these. First one for Ricky Davis is good. Game is all tied up now. Ricky Davis stepping up to the line. Second free throw is cash. We take a 1-point lead. Less than 14 seconds to go here. Williams gonna get the screen from Bosh. And Williams gonna pass it over to Bosh. Bosh, with time winding down, takes the layup, and he misses. This is over. We win game 5. We played pretty well there down the stretch. Shout out to Bronny, 37, 4, and 13. And in his playoff debut, he is making noise. So we've got a 3-2 series lead headed into game 6, and we're gonna finish the job. So we're moving on to the conference finals, where we'll be taking on the Washington Wizards led by Agent Zero. Game number 1 of the series goes to the Wizards. Game 2 also goes to Washington. We're going to take game 3 though, and we take game 4. Let's see if we can win game 5 just like last time. Well, it looks like game 5 is going to come down to the wire once again. We've got a 4-point game here. Gilbert Arenas to the basket, and he's going to make it a 2-point game. Ball's going to go into Chucky Atkins. Atkins defended well by Gilbert Arenas, but now the Wizards are going to take the foul. We need these free throws out of Chucky Atkins. First one is good. You know what? I just realized Bronny is not in the game. And that's because Bronny James fouled out in just 26 minutes in this big game 5. So I guess we need Chucky Atkins to come through. Second one is good. So we've got a 4-point lead. Haywood inbounding the ball. It's going to go into Gilbert Arenas. Arenas working on Atkins. Spins. Going to fake. Pass it over to Haywood. Haywood blocked by Ilgauskas. Puts it back up. Misses again. And we should be good. Shout out to the guys for finishing the job without Bronny James. Now we just need one more win to advance to the NBA Finals, but the Wizards are going to come back in Game 6 with a win, so we're headed to Game 7 here. We've got a little over a minute to go here in Game 7. We're down by 4 points. We're going to need to put together some quick stops. Gilbert Arenas is going to pass it down to Fizer. Fizer defended by Bronny, and Bronny's too small, so now we're down by 6. Bronny James gonna get it down to Big Z in the post. Big Z, the hook is good. All right, quick 2. Larry Hughes bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. Swings it over to Arenas. Arenas is fouled by James. Maybe Gilbert Arenas could have another moment where he misses some clutch free throws. First one is good. There was this moment where Brian went up to Arenas at the free throw line, and Gilbert Arenas ended up missing both, if you don't know what I'm referring to. But both are good for Arenas in this one. And now we've got a 6-point game. We're probably going to need a 3-pointer. Bronny James down to Big Z. Ilgauskas, layup is good. I don't really know what these quick 2s are doing for us if we're just going to send them to the foul line again. Gilbert Arenas, first free throw is money. Second one for Arenas is also good. Jeffrey's going to pass it into Dang. Dang down to Davis, and Davis misses the layup. Oh, he gets his own rebound, passes it out to Dang. Dang over to Jeffries. Now it gets back to James. Bronny James, and he turns it over. GG's, man. I don't know what we were doing going for all those 2s in the clutch, but we did, and it did not work out for us. Shout out to Bronny. Had a good game 7 and overall a great playoff run. Unfortunately, we just weren't able to finish the job in this final game. Regardless, a great playoff run for James. Bronny's up to a 91 overall for season 4. I think he could be in MVP conversations this year. Season is wrapped, and unfortunately, it was Kevin Garnett who won MVP this year. Bronny James actually only made All-NBA 3rd team. Numbers didn't go up as much as I would have expected. We ended up winning 48 games on the year, which is good enough for the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. In round number 1, it looks like we're going to make easy work of the Miami Heat, and now we've got Toronto. We faced them last year and beat them. This year, though, we're down 2-1 in the series. We're down 3-1. We're going to take game 5, and we're going to take game 6. So can Bronny pull off a 3-1 comeback real early in his career? Well, it looks like just like his dad, Bronny pulled off a 3-1. Now, this is a little different, of course, because we're only in the 2nd round. Bron did it in the finals. We'll have to see if Bronny can do that eventually, though. Now we've got the Bucks in the conference finals. This is the only team standing between us and an NBA Finals appearance. Game number 1 of the series goes to Milwaukee. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 also goes to us. They're going to take game 4. Big game 5 on the way. And we lost in game 5. Bronny James 30-11, but it's not going to be enough. And in game 6, we're going to get eliminated. I think we just need to get Bronny James more help. So this is pretty similar to what Bron had to deal with in real life. He was really good, but his team wasn't. But counting this upcoming season, there's only 3 more years to go in Cleveland before we head to Miami. This season, we went 46-36. Bronny did not make All-NBA, and he's not scoring as much as I would have hoped for a 95 overall. And you know what? That's probably because he only has a 79 shot tendency. Let me tell Bronny, shoot the ball a little more. We're going to up that to 95 as we head into the playoffs. He's our best player. He's got to go out there and hoop. Round number 1, we got the Atlanta Hawks. And we'll go ahead and take care of the Hawks in 6. Now we've got the Heat in round 2. This is where Bronny will be spending some time pretty soon. And imagine if they still have D-Wade and VC. That would be a crazy big 3. But anyway, hopefully we can take care of them this time. We're all tied up at 2 apiece. Game number 5 goes to Miami. And ultimately, we lose in 6 to the Heat. Not much time left for Bronny to win a chip in Cleveland. He's going to need some help if he wants to do that though. And time again, Cleveland has failed to get him that help. Another season in the books, still no MVP for Bronny despite me boosting his shot tendency. He did make All-NBA second team this season though, averaging 23 points per game, a career high in scoring. This season we won 53 games, good enough for the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. Round number 1, we're taking on the Toronto Raptors and we're going to beat them in 5. Round 2, we got the New York Knicks and it looks like we're going to get out of here. Man, it's not going to be easy. We got a game 7. This Knicks team has Chris Paul, Amari, and Dwight. That's a tough big 3. And unfortunately, we're going to lose another game 7. Bronny James, 16, 11, and 14. So a triple-double in game 7, but it's not going to be enough. We lose again. Now it's time for Bronny James' final year with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Season is wrapped. Kevin Garnett, another MVP. Bronny makes All-NBA second team this season, continuing to put up great numbers here in Cleveland. We won 54 games on the year. It'd be really cool to see James win a championship with the Cavs before leaving for Miami. So let's see if he can do it. Round number 1, we sweep the Sixers. Round 2, we beat the Wizards easy. Conference finals, we got the Bobcats. I mean, they're an alright team, but they're definitely beatable, especially because we have the best player in the series in Bronny. Game number 1 is going to go to the Bobcats. Game 2 also goes to the Bobcats. Game 3 is going to go to us, and we're down 3-1. Forget what I said about them being beatable. We got absolutely cooked. Shout out to Bronny. He tried his best, but Cleveland's front office was just trash. Bronny is in Miami, and this time we've got another big 3. It's going to be Bronny, D. Wade, and Vince Carter. This team should be absolutely ridiculous. Now, to ensure the lineups go smoothly, I'm going to move VC over to small forward, but this big 3 should dominate the league. Bronny, you should win a chip this year. Bronny turned it up in his first year in South Beach. He won MVP, averaging 26 points, 10 assists, 2 steals on 50, 40, 90 efficiency. D-Wade was also All-NBA, meaning that this duo should be absolutely ridiculous in the NBA playoffs. Not to mention we also got VC, 55 wins on the season. Round number 1, we're taking on Charlotte. We beat them in 6. Round 2, we got Philadelphia, and we're down 3-2. Oh, well, I thought this was going to be easy, but we absolutely got cooked by the Sixers. I mean, this Sixers team is pretty good, but I'm still surprised that we went down considering all the star power we've got over here in Miami. But you know what? Bron didn't win a chip in 2011 either. He won his first one in 2012, and Bronny's gonna have a chance to do the same thing in this upcoming season. Season number 2 in Miami is wrapped, and Bronny James made the All-NBA second team this season, averaging about 24 points per game. And this year, we were the 2 seeds, so far, our big 3 has low-key been underwhelming. I mean, I thought we might be like a 70-win team, but I guess I'm bugging. Round number 1, we're gonna go ahead and beat Charlotte easy. Round 2, we got the Pacers, we beat them easily. And in the conference finals, we got Washington. They've still got Gilbert Arenas, they've also got Corey Maggette, but come on, man, we should be able to win this series. We're all tied up at 2 apiece. Game 5 is gonna go to them, and we lose in 6. Man, Bronny, you're starting to look like a playoff fraud, I'm not gonna lie. This team is too good for Bronny to be losing every year in the playoffs. He's really got to lock in. Shout out to Russ winning the MVP. The Brody going crazy. Bronny James makes the All-NBA second team. I mean, the numbers are the numbers, man. We just want to see a championship out of you. 51 wins on the season. Not even good enough for a top 2 seed in the conference. We'll see what we can do in the playoffs. Yeah, Bronny, you better pull off this 3-1. I know y'all saw that. We were down 3-1 in the series. Now we're headed to Game 7. I know I'm supposed to be impressed. He just made a 3-1 comeback, but come on. We shouldn't have been down 3-1 to them in the first place. Round 2, we got the Washington Wizards. We're tied up at 2 apiece. Game number 5 is going to go to them, and we lose in 6. This is our final year before Bronny heads back to Cleveland, and if he comes back with no chips after joining a super team, that'll look kind of crazy. Season is wrapped. Dwayne Wade won MVP this year, so no MVP for Bronny, but we were actually a lot better this season. Bronny made All-NBA first team, averaging almost 30. See, that's what I need to see out of Bronny James. Round number 1, we're going to be taking on the Atlanta Hawks, and oh my goodness, we almost lost. We were down 3-1 and came back. Second round, we got the Indiana Pacers. We beat them in 5. Conference finals, we got Philly. We're up 3-2, and we beat them in 6. finally, we're here. NBA Finals against the Phoenix Suns with Shawn Marion, Chris Bosh, Andrea Bargnani. Yeah, their team is good, but we have no excuse to lose to them. Game number 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to the Suns. And we're all tied up at 2 apiece. Big Game 5 on the way. We need this win. Dwayne Wade came to play in Game 5, 37-11 in this one. Bronny gave us 24, 8, and 5. We're up 3-2, and we're headed to a Game 7. Bronny's got a chance to win a chip in this game. Let's see if he'll finish the job. And it looks like he's going to do it. Dwayne Wade, 41, 5, and 14. Oh my goodness. He's been going crazy in these finals. He's going to win the finals MVP. But Bronny is finally an NBA champion. Now it's time for him to head back to Cleveland. Well, it seems like not much has changed in Cleveland since Bronny last left. Luol Deng is still here, which is good, but Bronny's gonna have to show that he can be the top dog on a championship team and really try to carry these guys to a ring. Alright, Bronny, I owe you an apology. I wasn't familiar with your game. He's gonna take home the MVP this season, averaging 27, 7, and 9 on the year. And we were great in Cleveland, 56 and 26 on the season. Round number 1, we got the Washington Wizards, and we're gonna beat them. Round 2, we got the Atlanta Hawks. We beat them easy. Conference Finals, it's gonna be Philly. Bro, how is Kwame Brown a 90 overall? Kwame is better than KD. Game number 1 is going to go to Philadelphia. Game 2 also goes to Philly. We really are about to lose to Kwame Brown. We just got swept by Kwame Brown. Shout out to Bronny. He did his thing again. I'm going to blame this one on Cleveland. Their front office is trash. Let's see if Bronny can get the job done this season and carry Cleveland to a chip. Season is wrapped. Bronny James takes home the MVP award, All-NBA First Team, all that. He's really good. 51 and 31 on the season. Round number 1, we got the Washington Wizards, and we're going to sweep them. Round 2, we got the Indiana Pacers, and we're down 3-2. We're going to lose in 6. Man, Bronny went crazy this year, but the Pacers had Steph and Russ. That's a tough duo. They're both averaging 30. We've got 2 more years to go with the Cavs. Hopefully, Bronny can bring a championship to LeBron's hometown. This season, Bronny James did not make any All-NBA teams, and we only won 48 games on the season. It looks like we brought in Monte Ellis, though, so that's cool. Round number 1, we're going to be taking on the Atlanta Hawks, and it looks like we're going to lose. Bronny kind of did his thing. Numbers are starting to drop off a little bit, though. Maybe this was just a fluke year or something. Last season in Cleveland before Bronny heads to LA, let's see if he can somehow bring a championship to the Cavs. Season is wrapped and we managed to make it into the NBA playoffs as Bronny James turned it up this year, played a lot better than last season, but we still only went 41 and 41. Round number 1, we're going to be taking on the Milwaukee Bucks, and once again, we're going to lose in 6 games. Hopefully, they've got a good team over there in LA, because as you can see, look at these stats, man, 42, 10, and 6. Bronny is still an elite player. The problem is the Cavs just failed to put the right guys around him. Look at this Lakers team. They got Lonzo, DeAndre Ayton, Gordon Hayward, Matthew Nance, Nikola Jokic. This team is ridiculous. This is a prime opportunity for Bronny to win a bunch of rings. Another season in the books. Bronny James did not make All-NBA this season. That's fine. We're not worried about that. We're worried about the championship. If you don't do it this year, bro, you might be a fraud. Round number 1, we're taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. This should be easy. There should be nobody who can give us any comp. Round 2, we got, oh my gosh, we've got a Game 7 against the Phoenix Suns. They have Derrick Rose, but that's really it. I mean, Chris Bosh, but like, come on now. All right, we finished the job in Game 7. Bronny James, only 15 points, but I guess it got the job done. And now we've got the San Antonio Spurs in the conference finals. Embiid, Tony Parker, Scott Manning. I mean, again, I think we're better. Game number 1 is going to go to the Spurs. Okay, well, we're probably about to get cooked. Yeah, but we're about to get cooked. We win Game 4, we win Game 5, and we win Game 6. Come on. 3-0 comeback to make the finals would be legendary. Okay, Bronny, you're kind of cooking right now. 29 points in Game 7 to complete the 3-0 comeback. Now we're in the finals against the Atlanta Hawks. Come on, let's finish the job. Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 also goes to us. They're going to take Game 3. We're going to take Game 4. And championship number 2 is added to Bronny's resume. Now, the only problem is Bronny has a Steph Curry type of resume because Bronny has yet to win a Finals MVP. But counting this upcoming season, we've got 5 more years to go in LA. Bronny is going to be able to stack up on chips if he plays his cards right. Another season in the books. Shout out to Bronny James, another All-NBA appearance, and we ended up winning 62 games. Like I told y'all, this is Bronny's chance to win a bunch of championships. Round number 1, we beat Dallas, easy. Round number 2, we got the Clippers, we beat them easy. Conference Finals, we got the Spurs, we beat them easy. So now we're in the NBA Finals, taking on the Hawks. Now the Hawks, they got a squad. Giannis, Bosh, Miles Turner, and Kyle Lowry. But am I crazy to say our team's better? Game number 1 of the series is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to the Hawks. Game 3 also goes to the Hawks. We're down 3-1. We're going to take Game 5 and Game 6. Oh, if Bronny could pull off the 3-1 in the finals, that'd be legendary. Unfortunately, he's going to come short of the 3-1 comeback. Hayward with 27, Bronny with 25, and the Atlanta Hawks are going to beat us out for the NBA championship. Bronny's still got 4 more years in LA though, and this team looks great. So Bronny has a chance to reach 6 rings if he can win every single season from here on out. No All-NBA this season for Bronny James. Father Time might be catching up, but the good news is we've got a great team around him as he starts to age. Round number 1, we're going to be taking on the Golden State Warriors. We're the 1 seed once again this year. We beat the Warriors in 5. Round 2, we got the Los Angeles Clippers. We beat them in 5. Conference Finals, we got Minnesota. Are we going to beat them in 5 too? Yes, we will. And now it's time for our rematch against the Atlanta Hawks. But we've gotten better since our last matchup, and I don't think they can hang with us anymore, man. Game 1 of the series is going to go to Atlanta. Game 2 goes to us. We're going to take Game 3 and Game 4. Bronny James is a 3-time NBA champion. Still no Finals MVP. And it's not looking good for Bronny to potentially get one of those down the line because, I mean, he's super old at this point. We continue to see a lot of progression from the guys on the team. We just have a super team here in LA. Season is wrapped. No All-NBA once again for our guy Bronny James, but that's fine. We won 64 games and we've got a legitimate chance to win another championship. Round 1, we beat Portland easy. Round 2, we beat San Antonio easy, and boom, we're back in the finals against the Hornets led by D-Loading. I mean, they also got Ben Simmons and Tyson Chandler. I don't know how Tyson Chandler is still hooping in like 2022, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Hopefully we can take down this Charlotte team, and we will. So that is 4 championships in the books for our guy Bronny James. I thought he was going to be able to pass LeBron, but he retired. Bronny James has left the game after 20 years pro. It was a great career for our guy. 4 championships, 3 MVPs, 15 All-Star appearances. He made multiple All-NBA teams as well. Great career for Bronny. Really fun video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.